Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Iram. You tried it again? The activity.
Ma'am, what?
Did you try to do the activity again?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I have tried. Ma'am, I am sending it.
You did it?
Yes, ma'am.
Good.
Ma'am, can I send on group?
Yes, you can send on the group.
Ma'am, I
Lil two have joined you and Varun. Waiting for the rest to join.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Where are the rest of the students? I guess. Gunagi, did you try? Iram succeeded in doing it.
Ma'am, but I messed up twice.
You messed up twice. You could have tried again. We'll just wait for 5 minutes for everybody to join, then we'll start. In the meanwhile, you people can read whatever we have read in the previous class. And in case you have any doubt in that, you can ask.
Ma'am,
Yes, Aditya. Mm. We'll wait for 2 more minutes and then we'll start. Myra has come, Devara has come, Harsha Bhavan has come.
Ma'am, what?
We have started new chapter, atmospheric pressure. Right? And we have done till the world's pressure builds, right? We have to begin with wind. Sorry, guys. We will begin with wind. Shall we begin the rest of the? You don't have your notebooks with you, right? Your notebooks are submitted in school, no?
Ma'am, but geography is not submitted.
Oh yeah, geography notebooks so you have. So do you want to continue with the explanation of the chapter further, or do the question answers first? Short question answers first.
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
explanation.
short question answers.
Ma'am, explanation.
Let's vote. How many of you vote in for question answers? Because I think we have to do again in the class. 1, 2, 3, 3. 4 wants the explanation. Raise your hands if you want to do question answers. I could see only one. Myra 2. Gunagi, your hand was also raised.
Ma'am, it was raised before
So for question
for
answers,
the
right?
explanation. No,
For the explanation.
no ma'am, for explanation.
So we have 2 for question answers and 4 for explanation. So we have to go in for explanation part then. Sorry, girls. Sorry. Then the chapter would be completed. We have to do the chapter again in the class. Because we have very less students.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, beta.
Ma'am, we can do the chapter and complete the chapter. Only one page is left.
Sorry. Let's talk about wind then. Iram read.
Okay, ma'am. Wind. Air moves from high pressure areas to low pressure areas. Such a horizontal movement of air is called a wind. Wind direction and velocity are two characteristics of wind which are most important to the meteorologists. The winds
Who are
are named on the
wait. Who are meteorologists? We have read this in the previous chapter.
Ma'am, the one who studies weather.
Yeah, the people who study weather and science.
weather. The winds are named on the basis of the direction from which they blow. Wind blowing from the east is called an easterly wind, and wind blowing from the west is called westerly wind.
Okay, stop here. Right, so as we already know this, one thing that air moves from high pressure areas to low pressure areas, right? What happens is जो wind होती है हमारी वो high pressure area से low pressure area की तरफ move करती है, right? This we all know. Now what happens is ये जो horizontal move ये जो just wait a minute. I think I have to send link in 7th. Just a minute. Yeah, kids. Sorry for the disturbance. हाँ, so मैं बताई थी आपको कि wind moves from high pressure areas to yes, wind moves from high pressure areas to low pressure area, and wind just जगह से move, just direction से move करती है. They are named on that only. For example, if the wind is moving from east, then they will be known as easterly winds, and if they're moving from west, then they will be known as westerly winds.
West.
अभी तो आपने इतना नहीं पढ़ा है. When you go to the senior classes, and you'll read in detail about these easterly and westerly winds. अब अगर बच्चे अभी से इस चीज को क्लियर आउट नहीं करते कि ये winds क्या होती हैं, ईस्टर्ली winds क्या है, वेस्टर्ली winds क्या है, तो प्रॉब्लम ये आती है. We get really confused. यार ये क्या होता है? What are easterly winds? What are westerly winds? So that is why we must understand this concept now very clearly, that the winds which move from east are known as easterly winds, and the winds which move from west are known as
Westerly winds.
राइट. अब ये जो मूवमेंट होती है विंड्स की इतनी इंपॉर्टेंट क्यों है? देखो, मेटियोलॉजिस्ट जो होते हैं, द पीपल हु study the movement of the winds and who want to gather the weather and everything, want to know about the weather etc, उनके लिए बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होते हैं विंड का डायरेक्शन और उसकी वेलोसिटी. डू यू नो द मीनिंग ऑफ वेलोसिटी? आप लोगों ने साइंस में पढ़ा है वेलोसिटी.
Speed.
वेलोसिटी मींस स्पीड. ठीक है. तो विंड की डायरेक्शन क्या है, किस डायरेक्शन से विंड आ रही है और क्या उसकी स्पीड है. दीज फैक्टर्स डू मैटर. ओके. अनुष्का, वी आर डूइंग एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर इन दिस क्लास. ठीक है. इन लोग का नया चैप्टर स्टार्ट हो गया ज्योग्राफी का. वी हैव जस्ट स्टार्टेड अ न्यू टॉपिक विंड. सो यू कैन ओपन द पेज. इट्स पेज नंबर 43. You can continue with this. ठीक है. Yes, Iram, read further.
Okay, ma'am. The direction of the winds is found with the help of a wind vane. The arrow of the wind vane points towards the direction of the wind, and the direction is shown on a dial connected to the wind vane. Velocity or the speed of the wind is measured with the help of an instrument called anemometer. Wind velocity is measured in kilometers per hour. Nowadays, instruments recording wind velocities continuously are used at weather stations. These instruments are called anemograph. One can get some idea about wind velocities without actual measurement also. When you find smoke rising almost vertically, the wind velocity is less than 1 kilometer per hour. When wind velocity is more than 40 kilometers per hour, one finds it difficult to hold an umbrella. High wind velocity of more than 100 kilometers per hour produces storm conditions in which trees are uprooted.
ओके. अब वेलोसिटी क्या होता है हम लोग ने देखो. एक तो होता है कि the direction of the wind is found with the help of a instrument called wind vane. So हम लोग अपना अपना wind vane बनाने वाले हैं इस एक्टिविटी में. Can you see the activity 2?
Yes, ma'am.
So हम क्या एक
Yes, ma'am.
tomorrow you people will bring. कल तो आपकी वैसे वो वाली एक्टिविटी है एडवर्टाइजमेंट वाली, है ना. So we will do this on Monday. ठीक है. Monday we'll do this activity. You people will bring paper, drinking straw, pen, pencil, eraser, and compass, and then we will try to make this wind vane. Okay. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
चलिए. Now the arrow of the हाँ अब क्या होता है, wind vane कैसे काम करता है. The arrow of the wind vane points towards the direction of the wind, and the direction is shown on a dial connected to the wind vane. यहाँ ठीक है. अब क्या होता है, जो arrow होता है वो डायरेक्शन wind की दिखाता है, राइट. नाउ अब वेलोसिटी कैसे मेजर करते हैं. वेलोसिटी मैंने आपको बताया था. व्हाट इज वेलोसिटी?
Ma'am, speed.
Velocity means the speed of the wind. अब speed is measured with the help of an instrument called anemometer. You could see anemometer here in the diagram as well. Velocity हम measure करते हैं wind की with the help of anemometer. अभी हमने 3 instruments के बारे में पढ़ा बच्चों. barometer, wind vane and anemometer. barometer किस लिए यूज किया जाता है?
And to measure wind.
To
Air
measure
pressure.
air pressure.
Right. And wind vane?
To measure the velocity.
Very good. And what about this? Anemometer.
Ma'am, to measure speed.
Absolutely correct. Measure the speed of the wind. So nowadays, like the wind velocity is measured in kilometers per hour, which means we measure कि एक hour में wind कितने kilometers travel कर सकती है, right? So nowadays, instruments recording wind velocities continuously are used at weather stations. These instruments are called anemograph. One can get some idea about wind velocities without actual measurement also. When you see smoke rising almost vertically, जब smoke बिल्कुल सीधे सीधे ऊपर हवा में जा रहा होता है, then the wind velocity is less than 1 kilometer per hour. And when wind velocity is more than 40 kilometers per hour, one finds it difficult to hold an umbrella. You guys would have seen at times it happens that we are carrying an umbrella and the umbrella falls upside down. The umbrella उल्टा हो जाता है, पकड़ा जाता है. It feels like the umbrella is going away with the wind. It happens.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Right? So that is known as, at that point of time, the wind velocity is more than 40 kilometers
40
per
kilometers.
hour. But when we see smoke arising from a chimney or from a fire straight upwards, then the wind velocity is less than 10 kilometers per hour.
1 kilometer per
1 kilometer per hour, right? And the high wind velocity of more than 100 kilometer per hour produces storm conditions in which trees get uprooted. At times it happens when storm आता है, trees ही पूरी की पूरी गिर जाती हैं, uproot हो जाती हैं. So that is known as, at that point of time, the wind velocity is very strong. It's more than 100 kilometers
100
per
kilometers per hour.
hour. Next is types of winds. Now, first we'll talk about the planetary winds or permanent winds. These kids, please study them very, very sincerely. These terms I'm telling you, when you go to class 9th or 10th, you study geography there. These terms would be there. जो हमारा एक चैप्टर है क्लास 9th में, right? Climate. उसमें जब आप क्लाइमेट के बारे में पढ़ोगे ना, then you will also study how the climate gets affected by these planetary winds, westerly winds, राइट. सो वहां पे अगर आपने अभी वहां पे आपको टीचर ये नहीं एक्सप्लेन करेगा कि प्लानिटरी विंड्स क्या होती है, क्या नहीं होती है. वहां पे आपको एक्सप्लेन किया जाएगा कैसे वर्क कर रही हो, कैसे इन विंड से हमारा क्लाइमेट अफेक्ट हो रहा है. बट अभी इट इज योर जॉब टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट दीज विंड्स आर एंड डू नॉट फॉरगेट इट. रटना नहीं है यहाँ पे हमें. वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड की विंड्स क्या होती है और कैसे हमारे क्लाइमेट को अफेक्ट करती है, सो दैट जब हम इसे 9th-10th में पढ़ेंगे हमें कंसेप्ट क्लियर हो गए हमारे. ठीक है, एम आई क्लियर? चलिए पढ़ो वाले. सो मायरा, यू रीड व्हाट आर प्लैनेटरी विंड्स.
Planetary winds, permanent winds that blow all the time in the same areas of the world, are called permanent winds or planetary winds. These winds blow due to the presence of permanent pressure belts on the Earth. There are three main planetary winds which blow constantly from high to low pressure belts of the world throughout the year. These are trade winds, the westerlies, and the polar winds.
Okay, thank you so much, Myra. So see, planetary winds जो होती हैं, these winds blow all the time in the same areas of the world, right? ऐसा नहीं कि एक particular season में blow करती हैं. They blow all the time in all the areas of the world, right? Hence, they're also known as permanent winds, right? And they blow due to the presence of some pressure belts on the earth. अभी हमने पीछे वाले टॉपिक में pressure belts का पढ़ा था ना, equatorial
Yes,
pressure
ma'am.
belt, this and that. So these winds blow because of those pressure belts. And there are three main planetary winds which blow permanently or constantly from high pressure area to low pressure areas, right? They are trade winds, westerlies, and the polar winds. So the westerlies would be blowing from which direction, children?
Ma'am, west.
West. And the polar winds would be blowing from polar
Polar
region.
region.
Right. Good. Chaliye Varun, read periodic winds.
Periodic winds. These are the winds which blow at a particular period of the day or season of the year. Land and sea breezes and the monsoon winds are typical examples of the periodic winds.
See, children, land and sea breeze is a concept which we have studied quite a long time. Like we have studied about these in class 5 as well and 6th as well. Right? You know what
Yes,
the concept of land breeze and sea breeze, right? So land breeze हो
Yes.
गई, sea breeze हो गई, monsoon winds हो गई, right? ये वो winds होती हैं जो एक particular period के time पे blow करती हैं. They do not blow all the time, right? There's a particular period when they blow. So right, that is why they are known as periodic winds, right? There's a particular period on which they blow. Next, we have local winds. Chitransh, read.
Local winds. The winds blowing in the particular location due to the specific pressure conditions prevailing there are called local winds. Local
सबसे
winds
बड़ा
develop as
एग्जाम्पल
the result of
सबसे बड़ा
local
एग्जाम्पल है लोकल
differences.
विंड्स का लू। लू सुना है आपने? समझ में आता है यार, लू लग जाएगी,
Yes, ma'am.
पानी पियो, ये खाओ, वो खाओ। तो ये वो विंड्स होती हैं, द विंड्स व्हिच डेवलप एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ लोकल डिफरेंसेस इन टेम्परेचर एंड प्रेशर। ठीक है, so they blow from particular locations due to specific pressure conditions prevailing in that area, hence they are known as local winds. आगे पढ़ो चित्रांश।
Hello.
Yes, Chitransh, read further. मैंने कहा गया, चलो let me read. So ये जो local winds होती हैं, these winds affect small areas. ये छोटे areas पे affect करते हैं. For example, Loo, a hot and dry dusty wind which blows over northern India and Pakistan in the month of May and June is an example of local wind. Next, we have variable winds. Gunag, you read.
Variable winds. The winds short duration are called variable winds. Cyclones and anticyclones are examples of variable winds.
जब ये रेगुलर नहीं होती है, बहुत शॉर्ट ड्यूरेशन की होती है, मतलब प्रिडिक्टेबल भी नहीं होती है और रेगुलर भी नहीं होती है, बहुत शॉर्ट ड्यूरेशन के लिए आते हैं, कहते हैं वेरिएबल विंड्स, जैसे कि साइक्लोन्स, एंटी साइक्लोन्स। ये एग्जांपल्स हो गए हमारे वेरिएबल विंड्स के।
Excuse me, ma'am.
जी मैम।
Ma'am, what are anticyclones?
दे
Okay.
उल्टा घूमती है जो।
Oh, okay.
Cyclone
Right.
winds.
चैप्टर खत्म भी हो गया है, इतनी जल्दी छोटू सा चैप्टर है तो। इरम कैसा चैप्टर था ये तो, जल्दी खत्म भी हो गया इरम। चलो गाइस, यू डू द कीवर्ड्स फॉर नाउ, है ना? अभी कॉपीज में आप कीवर्ड्स कर लीजिए एंड मेक दिस डायग्राम of pressure belts. Do these two things for now.
Okay, ma'am.
Or do you want to do exercises as well? Exercises कर लें?
No, ma'am. Ma'am, no.
Yes, ma'am. Exercises.
Exercise कर लेते हैं हमने, बुक में ही तो करनी है। चलो, हाइट 900 मीटर। Match the following.
Ma'am, high pressure.
900 meter high pressure.
मीटर हाई प्रेशर, इसका लो प्रेशर होगा, इसका प्रेशर होगा, इसका
Yes, जितना हम ऊपर जाएंगे उतना प्रेशर कम हो जाएगा. He's right, absolutely right. Right. So 900 meter is low pressure. Sorry, high pressure. 4200 meter is low pressure.
लो
Low
प्रेशर,
pressure.
Pressure,
बैरोमीटर,
Barometer.
wind,
Anemometer.
pressure, local wind,
लू,
Very good. The pressure exerted by the atmosphere
Decreases.
decreases with height. Atmospheric pressure is measured in
Millibars.
millibars. The direction of wind is determined with the help of
Wind vane.
Any
wind
wind.
vane. Direction beta, wind vane.
Wind vane.
Exercise we are going 46 exercises with you.
Ma'am,
Please
that
send the
direction is-
please send the exercises in the group. Click the picture of the exercise you have done and send it in the group. इरम कह रही है वाओ सारे चैप्टर्स इतने छोटे होने चाहिए मैम.
Yes, ma'am. Seriously.
सही है. हमारा ट्यूसडे टेस्ट 2 का सिलेबस कंप्लीट, 3 का सॉरी. Kids, please send the pictures of the exercise in the group. Everyone sent.
Sent.
Very good, Ira.
Send. I'm sent.
Very good. Very good.
Ma'am, can you please tell me the answers of chapter 3?
I'm sending you.
Market.
Can send me. You send me hi. I'll send you question answers on your number. Send
Okay.
me hi on WhatsApp.
पता नहीं मम्मी के फोन में नंबर सेव है भी या नहीं प्रियांशी मैम का है मैम आई हैव सेंट हाय
Okay, I'm sending you. Write down the keywords and send me the picture of them as well, बच्चों. Varun, I have sent you the question answers of understanding India. Good afternoon, Mandavya. Can you hear me? Mandavya, can you hear me? Good afternoon, Arjun. Can you hear me? Arjun, can you hear me, beta?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I can't join them because my phone battery is low.
Okay, then. We are doing in this lecture, we are doing the new words of next chapter, geography chapter. Right? So you have a
Oh,
geography notebook with you can do that. Okay?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, Dakshin, take care.
Ma'am, we are doing geography chapter 5 new words.
Yes, Arjun, actually in this class, no, we have completed the chapter today. They had 2 lectures today. So that's why we are doing the new words now. We'll start the chapter from Monday in your class.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, bye.